Hello everyone and welcome to another edition of Heat on Facebook Live. As part of our ongoing series of different programs and services for people in community related to HIV and STI prevention, I'll be meeting today with our African Communities Program Coordinator, talking about the program specifically for our Black African and Caribbean communities called Drumbeat. So thank you very much for joining me today. I would like to first give you the opportunity to introduce yourself and maybe speak a little bit more about your program.
Thank you, Mark. My name is Piwa Mapfumo. I'm the Drumbeat African Communities Program Coordinator. My program mainly works with African, Caribbean, and Black populations in Calgary, engaging those communities to bring about conversation on HIV and AIDS.
Excellent. So you've spoken about who the program is pretty much for. What are some of the goals of the program?
The goals of this program really is to engage these communities so that they participate in HIV discussions and conversations, and also talk about stigma, which is the main problem that we face in our communities when talking about HIV and AIDS. So we support people who are living with HIV. We provide education by engaging these different communities, African communities, in what we're doing in these communities.
Excellent. So what kind of activities actually does the program undertake?
As I said, we provide education. We engage these communities. We work with an advisory committee, which are community leaders in those different populations, in the different communities, African communities. So they are the ones who are really community leaders who work with us, how we can discuss these issues of HIV in those populations. As I said, we give support to those who are living with HIV, and we provide education, and we give out harm reduction tools to these people.
Excellent, excellent. So curious to know, as part of your community, how do you come into contact with members of the LGBT, gay, bi, transgender community? And what kind of questions and resources are they looking for? And how do you help them navigate some of those challenges that they may be existing?
We have had quite a few young adults who are gay, bi, and trans who approached Drumbeat because of stigma surrounding HIV and also the whole LGBTQ issues. So they're comfortable to come to us because they have seen what we do in communities. The discussion really is, what do I do? Because my communities and my family, they do not support me, and a lot of times I'm afraid to even open up and talk about my challenges. So what we do is really, we send them to HIT program, where LGBTQ program that we have at HIV Community Link.
Excellent, excellent. You mentioned the education piece and the more formal pieces. What kind of, I know that you also do some very fun social, more isolation breaking, more just community type activities, and what are some of those kinds of things that you guys are doing?
Drumbeat, as I said, Drumbeat gives support to people who are living with HIV. Again, we have AWOHA, which is an African Women on HIV and AIDS. These are individuals in the community who have come up because we've given up education and support to them, and they understand more now on HIV. So they get together, and we have in the African Kitchen event, which involves all people in the communities, women from the African communities, and some who are living with HIV. A lot of times these people face serious isolation because of HIV. But when we get together in the African Kitchen, it's just a community or a Drumbeat activity to give support to these people. We get together, we cook, and we enjoy.
Excellent. So we do education, we do community building, capacity building, break that isolation, and also give resources to community. So I think that's an incredible amount of work to be getting done out of your program. Definitely supporting a community that has faced some significant stigma challenges over its time. If anyone ever wants to get involved or learn more about Speedway's program, please don't hesitate to contact us at hivcommunitylink.org and check out her program. It's listed on our webpage as one of those to go to. Thank you very much for joining me today, Speedway, and speaking a little bit more about your program and how it impacts the lives of people in community that we're trying to serve. As an information for all of you to know, we have some upcoming events happening. So one of the isolation breaking activities that Speedway just spoke about is actually happening tomorrow. So we're having an In the African Kitchen gathering tomorrow here at HIV Community Link. It starts at 12 o'clock, is that correct, Speedway?
It does.
So at 12 o'clock, so if you're interested in maybe trying some really amazing African food, maybe you have your own recipe you want to come down and share and just hang out and have a conversation with some lovely individuals, please feel free to do that. If you're interested in some training, we have our Shifting Perspectives training coming up on April the 24th. You can go to education@hivcl.org to register for that training. Our Splash of Red event is coming up, our big gala at the Palliser Hotel, May 11th. Tickets are on sale now at a discounted price for one more week. So this is the last week to get your ticket at a discounted price. And for the first time this year, we're involved in the 2019 Scotiabank Marathon. You can register as a team, an individual, and support our organization and recognize us as your team or charity of choice. So consider that as well. Thank you for joining me today at Heat Live on Facebook as I spoke with our African Communities Program Coordinator, Speedway. Join me this evening tonight for HIV and STI testing at Goliath. We will be testing between 5 and 7 p.m. this evening. I will be on site at 4:45 if you have any questions and to help guys get ready for testing. Thank you again for joining us live on Facebook today. Remember, know before you go.